What's up, guys? Bryce here from Precision Land Services out of Cumming, Georgia. I had a huge problem. I was in a residential neighborhood with my excavator here and lost a main boom hose. And if you know anything about excavators, bro, you are done. What I do, made a quick call over to Lumpkin Hose. Curtis came out, had this thing jam up, and we may get this job done before the rain. What more could you ask for?
I'm Curtis with Lumpkin Hose, and we're here to change a boom lift cylinder hose on this gentleman's Takeuchi TB235. I've got this end of the hose already off. I've got it capped and plugged so we don't lose any oil in this gentleman's shop. Now I just have to trace down if the hose goes to the valve block or if it goes to under the floorboard. I believe we're gonna have to go under the floorboard. Right now I'm just removing the access panel under the floorboard to try to gain access to the other end of the hose. All right, we've got the other end of the hose located. It runs from the boom lift cylinder under the cab of the machine up here to the valve block. What we're gonna do is take this end off, tie a rope to it, pull it all out so that when we get the new hose made, we can pull the new hose back through, hook everything back up. We should be good to go. There we go. We got the hose out enough to where we can tie a rope to it. All right, there we go. We got it out. Time to make a new one and get it reinstalled. And play hell getting it back through there with no rope. Right now we gotta take our overall measurement, see how long the original hose was. This hose is longer than our table, so I'm gonna stop it at 100 inches. Go back down to 0 and do it again. Put our mark at 0. This hose is 161 inches. So I'll write that down so I don't forget. Anybody with any kind of experience knows all the Takeuchis have British fittings. We're gonna double check just to make sure. the way down until it locks the nut down on the fitting. See where that doesn't spin, so we know we're good. And we're going to check the other side just to be sure. And that is it. Clean up my trash real quick so that I have a nice clean working area when I make my new hose. Alright, so now we know our overall length of the hose and what type of fittings we have. So now we have to get our cut length. How we do that is we take our two fittings, lay it on the original length, and see where we need to cut our hose at. In this case, it's 159 inches. So I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. I got the brain of a goldfish. I forget in a minute. So we'll set it at 0. Go to 59 inches. Set it on 0. And then we're going to run it to 100. Put our mark on 100. And then we cut it. Safety first. You only have one set of eyes, and I'd like to keep them. Now we build our hose. We take all the different components. You want to make sure that that fitting is seated all the way down flush with the hose. And then once we do that, we crimp it. All right, we have our new hose made. We're going to reinstall our plug so we don't get any debris or anything as we're pushing the new hose back through. And we are going to wrap a section of the hose to protect it like the old hose was. Alright, so we're just going to do the opposite of what we did to start with. We're going to run our new hose exactly the way it came from the factory. Now I'm going to get under the cab and see if I can pull it through. Now we've got our hose pushed through this side. We've got to get it routed back exactly how it was, which in some cases takes a little patience and a little effort when you have this many hoses in such a small area. You want to make sure it's done right where nothing's going to rub a hole in it or wear out prematurely. We try to make everything as close as it can be to factory, if not better than factory. Now we can take our plug out. That just ensured us that no debris or anything got inside of our hose, just to protect the customer from getting any debris or anything in his valve blocks or inside of his hydraulic system that would cause him issues down the road. Alright, we've got that in started. We're going to go back to where we started at originally. Pull a little bit of our slack back out so we can reinstall this clamp. Alright, we have that installed. Now time to tighten up the fittings. That end's good to go. Now we just gotta put the floorboard back in. Here at Lumpkin Hose, we always check the hydraulic oil in the machines to make sure that it's at operating level. And we always find the sight glass, which in the case, this customer's machine is full of oil and it should be ready for him to operate and get it back to work. I'm Curtis from Lumpkin. We showed up here at this piece of equipment, this Takeuchi TB235. I changed the main boom cylinder hose. It run under the floorboard back to the valve block. We got the customer took care of, less than 2 hours. Machine's ready to hit a job, get back to making money. Lumpkin keeps you up and running.